learners. In today's class, we'll discuss examples on analysis and design of axially loaded short columns. Earlier, we have discussed the theoretical concepts and the codal provisions for analysis and design of axially loaded short columns. And we have also seen the short column means the effective length of column divided by least lateral dimension shall be less than equal to less than 12. That is called a short column. And if it is more than 12, that is called a long column. Now, there are two kind of problems will come. That is the analysis problem and the design problem. In analysis problem, we have to find the load carrying capacity of the column, where in design problems, you have to fix the dimension of the section and the reinforcement required for this section. Now, in analysis problem, the data will give in with the dimension of the cross sections. Then you will give in this characteristic compressive strength. You will give in this compressive strength of reinforcement and concrete. Okay. So characteristic strength of compressional concrete means FCK. FCK will give in, that is M20 grade of concrete. So it will give in grade of concrete and grade of steel. If it is M20, so FCK will be 20 Newton per millimeter square. If your grade of steel is Fe415, then Fy will be equal to 415 Newton per millimeter square. And the dimension of cross section given means it may be a rectangular column, it may be a square column, or it may be a circular column. So the dimension of the column will be given. And also the area of the longitudinal reinforcements will be given. That means the number of bars provided in the section will be given the question. So as you also already know that the minimum number of bars in case of this rectangular or square column should be 4, and that in case of circular column it should be 6. Now with this data we have to find out this load carrying capacity of the column. Now, if it is a rectangular section, the area will be, area means gross area. So the gross area will be equal to width multiplied by the depth, that is B into D. In case of square section, it will be B square, the sides is equal to B. And in circular section, the diameter is given, it is equal to, the gross area is equal to AG, that is equal to pi by 4 D square. Okay. Now, once you find the cross-sectional area, then you have to find out the area of the reinforcement. Area of reinforcement is equal to the number of bars multiplied by area of a single bar. So area of single bar is equal to pi by 4 into pi square. So if you know the number of bars, then multiply with this, that will give you the area of longitudinal bars. Then you can find the area of concrete. Area of concrete is equal to gross area minus area of the reinforcement. So once you find your ASC and you find AG here, then you find the area of the concrete, that is equal to the gross area minus steel area. Then as for the page number, you can now go to page number 71. In the page 71, the load carrying capacity of the axially loaded short column is given. That is PU is equal to 0.4 FCK into SC plus 0.67 FY into SC. And provided they satisfy the minimum eccentricity criteria. Minimum eccentricity criteria means it is equal to the unsupported length by 500 plus the lateral dimension by 30. So if that criteria is satisfied, then you can directly find out the load carrying capacity. Sometimes the eccentricity may not be given, so you may assume the minimum eccentricity and then you can calculate the value of this load carrying capacity of the columns. Now for design problems, again you can go to page 71. In the page 71, it is given this theoretical formula for this load carrying capacity, and in page 48, go to the clause number 26.5.3, and in this clause 26.5.3, the percentage of steel, the number of bars, spacing of bars are given in this clause. So you open your page 48 and you'll find in the design problems, the data will give in, the load will give in, but the load will be transferred in the column, and then the characteristic compressive strength, that is FCK, and your characteristic strength of this reinforcement. Strength of not compressive, characteristic strength of reinforcement, not compressive. Compressive is wrong. The Fy value will give in. So one is you will give in FCK, FCK will give in the question, Fy will give in the question, and the load carrying capacity will give in. P or Pu you have to find out load carrying capacity. From these three criteria, you have to find out the cross sectional, fix the cross sectional area, because if it is rectangular, you will find the B and D. If it is a square, you will find the sides of the square. If it is a circular section, you will find the diameter of this. So if you go to your codal provision, you will find what is the reinforcement area. The reinforcement area is given, it lies between 0.8 to 6%. So 6% is a higher value, and that is why it may lead to, that's the congestion of bars and may not be properly compacted. So the maximum value recommended in the code in the note can be 4%. So generally you assume 1.5%, 2%. So here for easy calculation, yes, we have taken 1% of this, 1% of this area. 1% means 0.01%. So you can see this clause 26.5.3.1.8. Now, if you find the gross area is equal to 0.01 ASC, that means now we can find the concrete area. Concrete area is equal to gross area minus the steel area. So AG minus 0.001 AG will be 0.99 AG. So in this way, you can find out this concrete area. Once you find the concrete area, you go to your formulae. That is given page 71, that your PU is equal to 0.4 FCK ASC, 0.67 FY ASC. Now this ASC is in terms of gross area. ASC is equal to 0.01 AG. That means now this formula PU depends on only AG. So from this relation, PU should be in Newton, because these stresses are Newton per millimeter square. So this must be converted into Newton. Okay, PU must be in Newton. If it is given kilonewton, you multiply by 1000 to find out, or 10 to the power 3 to find the value in Newton. So from this equation, you can find the gross area. Once you know the gross area, then it is easy to fix the cross section. If it is rectangular, assume B and then find out D. If it is a square, take the square root of this value, that will give the sides of the square. If it is a circular, take this gross area is equal to pi by 4 d square, that will give the diameter of the circle. And whatever value you get from this equation, take a higher value and make it a round figure, so that the section cannot be like 323 multiplied by 429. It should be round figure, so that measurement will also proper in the field during construction. Now, so accordingly, you can fix the dimensions of this section, whether it is rectangular or square or circular. Then you go back to this formula again. In this, go to back to this formula. Now in this formula, you know this AG value. Okay, you know the AG value, and you can find the ASC value. The same formula, it is AG minus ASC plus 0.75 ASC. So here we have assumed 1%. Now we'll find the actual steel area. That is why by going back to this formula, you can find this. Now again, you remember this P is the ultimate load. If it is given working load, or it is given this applied load, then you have to multiply 1.5 to find out this ultimate load. If it is given limit state load or ultimate load or factor load, then don't multiply 1.5 to find out the ultimate load. So be careful while doing the solution. So from this formula, now we'll find out ASC. Okay, from this formula, we will now find ASC, area of the reinforcement. Okay, because AG is known, FCK is known, FY is known, so only ASC. So you can find ASC from this formula. Once you find area of steel, Then you fix the diameter of the bar, whether you use 20 mm bars, 25 mm bars, or 16 mm bars. Accordingly, find the area of number of bars. Number of bars means your area is equal to number of bars multiplied by pi by 4 pi square. If you know the size of these rods, then find number of bars. Now, once you find number of bars, as per the Codal provision in page 78, you find the number of bars required for this rectangular section is 4, square section is 4, and circular section is 6. If the number of bars are less than that value, you will find the minimum value. Or if the value is given more than that value, then take some round figure and provide along the section. Once you fix the longitudinal reinforcement, then you have to find the lateral ties. So again, we have seen the page 50, the lateral ties dimension we have already seen in the Codal provision. It's the minimum 1/4 of the diameter of the largest longitudinal bar or 6 mm, whichever is less. So 6 mm bars is not available in the market, so you can go for 8 mm bars, the torch steels or the HOST bars. And the spacing should be the least lateral dimension of the compression members, 16 times the smallest diameter of the longitudinal bars, and 300 newtons. So the minimum out of these three, least value of these things will be the spacing. So once you know the spacing and this size of the bars, provide the lateral ties accordingly. So this is regarding your design steps, and then you have to draw the detailing part. Reinforcement detailing you have to do for this design part. Any design must followed by a detailing. Now let us see the problem. Now initially we'll see the analysis problem, then we'll go for the design problem. In the analysis problem, in the first problem, what is given? Calculate the allowable load carrying capacity. Allowable load carrying capacity is equal to generally the ultimate load carrying capacity divided by the factor of safety. Factor of safety for load is generally 1.5 for the live load and dead load. So calculate the allowable load carrying capacity of a short rectangular column section of 400 mm into 600 mm. That means the dimension is given 400 into 600 mm. So you can find the gross area 400 into 600. Reinforcement with the 10 numbers 25 mm diameter. That means you can find out the area of the steel in compression. Pi by 4 into 10, pi by 4 into 25 square into number of bars is 10. And M25 Fe415 given means FCK is equal to 25 Newton per meter square and Fi is equal to 415 Newton per meter square. So write all these data given, you can write the first. Okay. And now here the minimum eccentricity shall be less than equal to 0.05 times D. Okay, this is given clause number 39.1 in page number. Again, you go to page number 71. So since the minimum eccentricity, for the calculation of minimum eccentricity, you need the effective length that is not given in the question. You can assume it satisfies the minimum eccentricity criteria. So that formula can be directly used. So now write all these values, then calculate this area of steel is, okay, area of steel is equal to pi by 4 d square into 10, gross area is equal to B into D, then put the formula P. Okay. And as you know, ASC is equal to HG minus ASC. So put all these values you are given, you can find the value of P. Now Pu is given in kilonewton or Newton, as you say. So this is the ultimate load. So what will be the allowable load or permissible load? That is equal to ultimate load divided by load factor, that is 1.5. If you divide this value with 1.5, you will find out this permissible load, allowable load. Simple divide by 1.5, you will find the value. Very simple. You can directly put the formula and get the solution. And this is for the axial loaded short columns, okay, with helical ties. Basically, these are with the helical ties. In the question, either it is written helical ties. If it is not written, this formula is for lateral ties, and for if you are using helical ties in the same problem, will be designed for helical ties. The strength will be the ultimate load carrying capacity. Whatever value is given will multiply to 1.05. That's all. In the same page in 71, you can find out that for the strength of these short columns with helical ties is equal to 1.05 times. 5% more than with the lateral ties. So this value is for lateral ties. If you are going the same problem for helical ties for analysis, just multiply 1.05 in the formula, or whatever value you find for these lateral ties, multiply 1.05, that will give you the value for the helical ties. And quote question number 2. And the question number 2, what is given? Calculate the allowable load carrying capacity of a short circular column. So because column may be short or may be long. So this is for the short columns. It must given in the question short column, or you can find short column by, if the effective length is given, effective length by least lateral dimension should be less than 12. Now section is 500 millimeter diameter. Reinforcement is 8/20, and the lateral tie. So M25 415. Same procedure will follow. Find out is, write all the FCK, FY, size of bars that are given. Again, here the effective length is not given, so we should assume the minimum eccentricity less than 0.05 d, because this must be satisfied. Because it is not given in the question effective length, we cannot find this minimum eccentricity, so assume that it is less than 0.05 d. Now calculate this area of steel and the gross area. So you can calculate this gross area and this area of steel like the previous problem. So the area of steel will be 8 number bars. So pi by 4 into 8, 28 square into 8, and the gross area will be pi by 4 d square. Okay. So this is the area of the steel. This is the gross area of the column, pi by 4 d square. This is the number of area of steel. Now what is PU? Again, same formula you have to apply. And the SC is equal to AG minus ASC. Put all these values, calculate it, you will come this much of kilonewton. Now what the load carrying capacity? Allowable load carrying capacity, that ultimate load divided by 1.5. That will give, this is your value of this allowable load carrying capacity, or permissible load, or the working load, whatever you may say, that is the value. So if these are given in the question, then you have to divide by 1.5. In the other way, the ultimate load is equal to 1.5 times this allowable load or working load. Sometimes this ultimate load is called limit state load or factor load. Now we have seen the analysis problem for this circular column and rectangular column. Similarly for square column, only the size will be, the gross area will be the square of the sides. Other things will remain same. Now let us go for these design problems. Now it is design a square column. Design a square column subjected to axial load of 1000 kN. Now in the question you see what is given, axial load. Which axial load is given, then you have to find ultimate load. Ultimate load is equal to this axial load into 1.5. You have to multiply your 1.5. But if in the question will give subjected to limit state load or factor load, then don't multiply 1.5. This part you should see in the question. The column has an unsupported length. Now in this question you see this unsupported length is given 3 meters and effectively held in position and strained against rotation in both hands. So we can go to page number 94. Go to page 94. There's a table number 28 is given in page 94. You can see this table. In this table, the effective length calculation is given. We have discussed earlier. And against these criteria, effectively held in position and strained against rotation on both ends, find the value, recommended values. So depending on the recommended value, find the effective length. Now it is not given in the question, it is a short column or long column. You see, design a square column. So first you have to decide whether it is a short column or long column, then you have to design. If it is written design a short column, then you don't calculate. But if nothing is written here, then you have to first confirm that it is a short column or it is a long column. Now write all this data that is given in the question. The data given, that is grade of concrete. So all the clauses refers to IS 45-2000. So that is the first thing we have written. All the tables, graphs, whatever taken, that is as per IS 456-2000. You must have the code with you for design of the problems or analysis of the problems. Now grade of concrete is given, FCK 20 Newton per meter square. Grade of steel is given, Fy is equal to 415 Newton per meter square. Axial load is given, unsupported length is given. Okay, right. Now cover. You need the cover because you have to show the detailing. So the clear cover in case of columns is 40 millimeter, and in case of footing it is 50 millimeter, that we have discussed earlier. Cover to reinforcement. So diameter bar is not given, you have to assume the diameter bar. Diameter bar maybe 20, 25, as you like, you can take. So find the diameter of the reinforcements. Now what is the factor load? 1.5 times the working load or the allowable load. So that value is 1500 kilonewton. Now go to table 8. In the table 8, you find out the value of this effective length. For that condition, that both end strained against rotation and position, this is recommended value is given 0.65. Open your code and you can see from table 28 you find the effective length. Once you know the effective length, we have to decide with the short column, long column. Once you find the dimensions of the cross sections, because only knowing the length you cannot find out. Length by least lateral dimension, so lateral dimension to find out. So first find out the size of the cross sections. Now what is the PU? Again same formula. In the page 71, 0.4 FCK ASC, 0.67 FY ASC. Assume this reinforcement 1% of AG, that is 0.01 AG. So you can take this value 0.01 AG, and this value is given 1500 kilonewton. So convert it to Newton, 1500 10 to the power 3, and AG minus ASC. Here it is ASC, and the gross area we have to find out. So ASC is taken as 0.01 AG. Put the value in this formula. Now entire formula becomes AG, and you can find the AG value. Okay. So this formula contains both the area of the steel and area of this gross area. So by assuming this steel area is equal to 1% of gross area, we can convert the entire equation into a single unknown value, that is the gross area. So from the gross area you can find out this value. Now because it is a square section and the gross area we have already found out, then for a square section, what is this gross area? Gross area is equal to square of the sides. Whether A or B were to take the root square root, that will give the value of A. Now this is coming 374.4 millimeter. So you can fix a value more than this. It may be 380, 390, 400, 420, as you like. You can take the adaptive value. The value shall be more than that. Now, once you find this dimension of this cross section, now check the minimum eccentricity as well as the short column or long column. Both things should be checked, because for the minimum eccentricity shall be satisfied, and this L by effective length by least lateral dimension shall be less than 12. So it will be a short column, and we can use that formula to find the steel area. Okay. So minimum eccentricity, you go to your clause number 25.4. Okay. Now L by 500, that is 1950, plus D by 30, so that will give you 17.23. So this value is less than 0.05. So E by D, or E is less than 0.05 D, or E by D less than 0.05. So it becomes your value less than this minimum value 0.05. So it satisfies the minimum eccentricity, so it is safe. Now minimum eccentricity criteria is satisfied. Now L by D and the square column, both sides same, so it is coming 4.875 less than 12. So as per this clause number 25.1, so it will become a short column. Now we confirm it satisfies this minimum eccentricity criteria and short column. Now we can use the same formula we have adopted for calculation of this gross area. Now gross area will be equal to A into A square. Then we have this load carrying capacity PU is equal to same formula 0.4 FCK into AG minus ASC to 0.67 FY into ASC. Now here the gross area already were fixed, load already you know, and find out the value of ASC. So ASC comes out to be 837. And number of bars, we have used 25 bars assumed. So number of bars comes 1.7. What if you go to page number 48? As per this clause 26.5.3.1.c, the number of bars for this square and rectangular columns should minimum 4. So if the value is coming less than 4, provide 4 bars. Okay. If its value is more than 4, then provide the whole number of bars. If it is coming 4.5, you can include 5 or 6 number of bars. But when it is less than the minimum bars, provide the minimum bars. So you find the area of the steel provided. Now this area of steel shall be within the minimum and maximum percent steel. It should be within 0.8 to 6%. So you can calculate the percentage of steel. Percent of steel is equal to AST, area of the steel, okay, divided by the gross area, multiply 100. Area of steel provided, that is ASC, area of steel provided, divided by the gross area. So this should be the percentage of the gross area, multiply 100. That will give the percentage. Now this percentage come 1.23 greater than 0.8. So it is safe. It is given clause again 26.5.3.1.a in page number 48. Okay. Now we'll prove the lateral ties, because once you find the longitudinal reinforcement, the lateral ties, as you know, the minimum diameter is equal to diameter of bar by 4, 6.25 or 6, and minimum value is I will mark it 8. So provide 8 m ties. Now what is spacing? Go to this clause number 26.5.3.2.3.1. That is the least lateral dimension of the column, 400 millimeter. 16 times the smallest bar. So 16 and 25, 400 millimeter, minimum 300. So you provide list of these values. So list of these values means you have this 400, you have the 400, you have 300. So list of these is equal to 300. It cannot be more than 300. Okay. So provide 8 m 300. You can provide 275 as you like. You can provide these values. Now once you do all these things, then you have to do the detailing of the reinforcement. Now see, detailing reinforcements, you have this section 400 by 400. Then the lateral ties, this is the your lateral ties, that is 85. That is not written, you can write 85 at the rate of 8, right, 300 center to center. Okay, this is your lateral ties, you can write here also. And these bars are 4 numbers, 25 bars at the 4 corners, minimum size is given. Now if you draw its elevation, now this line will correspond to this line. This line will correspond to this line. This is not in line. This line is correspond to this line. This line will correspond to this line. Okay. Similarly, this line will correspond to this, and this line will correspond to this. And these are the lateral ties. So distance between the lateral ties will be equal to 85, 300 center. So you have to draw this diagram and the reinforcement detailing of this problem. Now similarly, let us go for a rectangular column. Now it is a rectangular column design is given, similar on support length 3 meter, effectively held a position restraining rotation in both ends, and M20 and FE415. Now there we have designed this square column, now rectangular column. The procedure remains same, only in the gross area you have to fix the B value, that the width and the depth of the section. Now it is already given design a short column, so you may or may not check, but you may also check this value for the short column. Now write all these data given in the question, calculate the PU value, because PU is given, axial load only given, that means working load. So calculate this value, it will be 1.5 times this value, that will be your factor load or the ultimate load. Then calculate the effective length as per table 28, that already we have discussed in the last problem, and calculate your value of area of the steel. So now area of steel will come out to be, because the area of steel is equal to, we have taken 1% of this gross area, it will be 0.01 Ag, and Ag comes out to be this value 4205.01. Now if this is the value, so for this value you have to provide a rectangular area. So if you take the 600 millimeter is the size of this width, then 750 is the depth. So this value will be more than this value. It will be nearly 45,000 millimeter square. So you have to choose the value that should be more than this. So depending on this gross area, you choose a rectangular section here. Okay, whose value shall be greater than this. You multiply this, it will come nearly 45,000 millimeter square, or 45,000 millimeter square. So that is more than this value. Now check minimum eccentricity L by 500 by D30. So D30 means you are providing of both direction. One will be 750 by 30, another will be 600 by 30. Both shall be less than 0.05 of their respective value. Now here, this minimum intensity shall be less than 0.05 into 750. Here it should be less than 0.05 into 600. Because you are taking this dimension, depending on dimension of the B and D you are taking, accordingly it is 0.05 B or 0.05 D. So both cases you have to check. So in both cases it is coming the less than this value. So the minimum centi less than this 0.05 D. So it is a short column. And also once you check the minimum eccentricity, you have to check this L by D value. L by D value and L by V value, they are also coming less than 12. So this confirms it is a short column and satisfy the minimum eccentricity criteria. So now you can calculate the value of steel. Okay. Again, go to the same formula. Okay. The gross area will be 600 into 750 and the load is 4500 into 10 to the power 3. You have to convert in Newton and then find AG. AG is given. Okay. AG is given. This is the AG. AS is the unknown. So find the value of area of steel. Now area of steel comes 3332. And if you are using 25 bars, it is coming 6.78. So 6.78 means the minimum number bars is required 4. Sorry, it is not 6. In case of rectangular, it is 4. So it is greater than 4. So it is okay. If it is less than 4, you will take the 4. If it is more than 4, it is equal to. Okay. So in case of rectangular and square column, the minimum number bars required is 4. If it is less than 4, provide 4. If it is more than 4, then provide the value. Now 6.78 means you can provide 8 bars because 7 bars we cannot be provided in the detailing. We'll see later stage. So you need 8 bars to provide it. That is why you provide 8 number bars for the main reinforcement and calculate the area of steel. Now 8 bars is the area. The percent of steel comes out. We will take the percent of steel provided. It's coming 0.0872, which is greater than 0.8. If it is less than 0.8, so you have to provide minimum 0.8%. That you have to check. If this value come 0.6, then again we have to calculate the percent of steel is equal to 0.8% of gross area, and that steel is to be provided as the minimum steel on the cross section. So now calculate lateral ties, diameter by bar, again 6.25 and 6, and provide 8 M bars. And what the least lateral dimension? Now you have to see the least lateral dimensions to find out this your lateral ties spacing. The spacing of lateral ties, again go to that clause 26.5.3.2. Now you can find the least lateral dimension column is equal to 600 750. So least lateral dimensions comes out to be 600. Okay. In case of square and circular, you have no problem because there is only one dimension. Now in case of this problem, it is least lateral dimension 600, 16 times the diameter because you are providing one kind of bars. So you are taking 1625. So 600, 400, minimum is 300. So you have to provide 300 mm bars, 300 spacings. So 8 mm 5 lateral ties are 300. So out of these 3 criteria, the least values will be taken. So check all these things from the code. It is written very clearly, and then provide accordingly this value. So now once you find provide this section and the steel areas, both longitudinal and latitudinal. Now go to the again the similar kind of cross sections detailing you have to draw, and here you see the 600 and 750. Now if you provide 7 bars, because you have been 6.78, you cannot provide, so 4 corners 4 bars, then 3 bars you cannot give, you give another 4 bars because there should be symmetry. So here will be 2 bars and here will be 2 bars because you get 6.78 instead of providing 7, we are providing 8 bars. Okay. So for easy operation in the field, and you can provide one tie here, and also all these 4 bars also need another tie. So this is one tie and this is one tie. So these 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 bars is provided by one tie and this is another tie. So that will be properly tied with the main bars. Now we'll go for this another example problems, that is for this design of circular column. Now what is written here, you see in this problem, design a short circular column. 2 times it becomes short. So design a short circular column to carry an axial working load of 1200 kilonewton. So you multiply 1.5 to find the ultimate load. And here you see it is assume minimum eccentricity is equal to 0.05 d. So it is given short column, it is given minimum eccentricity. So don't check both the things for this problem. Don't check for the short column, that is L by 500 L by least lateral dimension is less than 12, and also don't check the minimum eccentricity because that is already given in the question. If it is not given, then you can do it and use lateral time. So read the question carefully, and so don't need to find the unsupported from the unsupported length is not given, so you cannot calculate this sensitivity value, so you have to do lateral. Now write all the data given in the question. Once the data, you have to write the FCK, FY, cover, diameter enforcement. Diameter enforcement are free to take 25, 20, 28, 16 as you like, you can take. Now factor load will be P 1.5 into this circular column, not square. During this copy paste problem. The circular column. So this is circular column. So PUEG comes out 1.5 times this, so 800. Now again you assume the area of steel is equal to 1% of the gross area, and like previous problems, put all this formula and find the value of AG. So first you find the gross area. Now once you find the gross area, find the diameter of the bar, because diameter is equal to pi by 4 d square is equal to gross area. So from this you can find the diameter of the bar. So now diameter bar comes out to be 462.8 millimeter. So you adopt higher than that value. So we adopt here 475 millimeter. Now what is the gross area? So pi by 4, 475 square. Now go back, because after fixing the dimension, here we are not checking the minimum eccentricity and we are not checking what is the short column or long column, because both the criteria are given in the question itself. But design a short column, and also it is given the minimum eccentricity less than 0.05 d is given in the question. So we are not going to further check these criteria. Now put the formula that your in page number 71, same formula. PU is equal to 0.4 FCK AG minus, this is AG, so AG minus ASC plus 0.67 into FY into ASC. So ASC is the only unknown, and we have to convert this load into Newton, so multiply 10 to the power 3. You should check these things, and ASC comes out to this. Now what is the number of bars? You are using 20, here he has taken 20 m bars. So not 25, it is 20 m bars. So 20 m bars is coming 4.5 number of bars. So it is not you have to say 20 m square 20 m bars. So it is coming 4.5. But the minimum number of bars required for a circular column is equal to 6 as for this clause. You can see page 48. In the code, you open the page number 48 and check as for this clause, the minimum number of bars required 6. Now in the calculation it comes less than 6. So you provide minimum 6 bars, 6 bars, 20 m bars. So area comes out to be 1884 millimeter square. And then percentage of steel comes 1.063, that is greater than 0.8. So it is safe. So we can check here. You have to change this. You have taken 25 perhaps. Okay. So this value should be 20. So please correct it. This value we have taken in the calculation is 20 millimeter. Okay. So now this value is 20. So accordingly we have do this problem. So then go to lateral ties. And the lateral ties, what you have to do again same thing. Least lateral dimension by 4, again 6.2, it is 20, sorry, it will be 20 by 4, that will be 5 millimeter, take correction it, 5 millimeter or 6 millimeter. So minimum 6, but the market value is available 8, so provide 8 m bars. Now what is the spacing of lateral ties? Again least lateral dimension is 475, 16 times 20, sorry, again wrong, 20. 16 times 20 will come as 320 millimeter. Do the corrections. So this comes 320 millimeter, and then minimum is 300 millimeter. So provide 300 millimeter, 85 300 millimeter center of center. Now let us do the detailing part. Once you complete this, now it is a circular column now. Earlier it was rectangular or square. Now it is circular column. So this is the diameter of the circle. Now this value is the cover. Okay. So this distance, this is the cover value. So this is the cover, that is 40 millimeter. Okay, 40 on both sides. So this dimension will be 320. The cover will provide in all cases of the column, rectangular, square, or circular. Now this is your lateral tie. Okay, that is 85300 centimeters is written here, and these are the 6 numbers bars. They are provided along the periphery of the columns, and also you can check the distance between these bars. The distance bars shall not be more than 300 millimeter as per given in the codal provision. That means you can say pi into 400. The dimension is 475. Pi into 475 divided by the spacing. What the number of spacing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. It shall be less than 300 millimeter. This value shall be less than 300 millimeter. If it is more than 300 millimeter, then you provide more number bars. That also another check you can have to do in this case. So it will satisfy here in this case, but generally that is another check for the circular column. For the spacing of these lateral ties, you can again go to page number 48. You can see this has been written on the codal provisions. So similarly, now these two bars look like this one bar, and these two bars will look like this one bar, and these two types will be one bar. And these are the outer diameter, so that is 2 lines. So these, and these are the lateral ties. So if you see the front, that these 2 bars will give look like a single bar. These 2 bars will look like single bar, and this will look like a single bar. So these are all regarding this calculation of this analysis and design of these columns. And if it is helical columns, then you multiply 1.05 times, and there is also another check that the volume of this core by volume of helical reinforcement shall be less than equal to 0.36 Ag by Sc minus 1 into FCK. So that check you have to do. Otherwise, this detailing of this will remain same, and the strength will be equal to 1.05 times this axial loaded columns. So with this we conclude this examples on analysis and design of these axial loaded short columns. Have a nice day. Thank you.